Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of 5D News. We are October 31st. Happy Samhain, happy Halloween, whatever you are celebrating. We are also connecting with the fact that our divination is stronger at this time. The veil is at its thinnest, so we're going to be using this energy to empower ourselves with more truth, more knowledge. And the goal of this show is, of course, to raise the frequency while getting informed on the important stuff is going on in the world. So I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter. I welcome you to this fabulous show. And I'm here, of course, with my beautiful sister, Sophie. How are you, Sophie?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Hey, everybody. I'm loving those shows so far, so I cannot wait to see what are going to be the questions today.
Yeah. We're having so much fun here, and thank you guys also for sending us so many great questions. So I felt very inspired. Sophie doesn't know yet all about it because, of course, we channel better when we don't know, when we have no context or, let's say, interference in a channeling process. So she's going in blind. It's going to be a fantastic show. We're going to mix with news and also with other questions that are not news like usually. So if you do enjoy this show and enjoy the formula, please let us know. Do make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button. It helps us tremendously into growing our own channel and providing those show for free for you. So, and also if you have inspiration, if you have questions you would like us to ask, like me to ask to Sophie for the future shows, please do put them in the community, Maison Jupiter Community. The link will be in the description box down below, so you can join for free the community. And this is where I go to see all of your wonderful questions. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's dive into it. So first, our first category will be the ecosystem.
Okay.
Interesting, right? You don't know where we're going with this. Okay, I have to share my my deck. It's going to be easier for us to see. Let's do this. All right. So I saw a news item, and it says here in Peru. I'm not sure the words that I can pronounce on here on YouTube and the ones that we cannot. So we are simulcasting on YouTube and Rumble. So those antennas are taken down because apparently the public has become aware of their danger. So as you can see here, there's like a fig tree. So they often hide behind like fake palm trees, fake pine trees, depending on the climate or on the country they are. So I found this very, very interesting. Just came back from Peru, of course, and I found this very, very interesting. So I'd like to ask the card, Sophie, is this the beginning of a worldwide movement to remove those antennas?
Okay. The first one is metamorphosis, so there is change coming. So let's see what kind of change. Interesting. So this card, I use it for relationship in general, but one of the keyword here is power. And then it says it goes inside of you, so it affects how your body works. Let's see if the change about this is coming. Oh, card on the floor. Okay. It says stop. So yes, there is a change coming, and it says forgiveness. So there is going to be a public statement, maybe not tomorrow. You know how those things work. It takes a lot of pressure to change, but it says that there is going to be at some point a lot in the public that is going to be shared about it's not good and what are the effects, and people may be suing and coming with proof, and there is going to be an ask of forgiveness about those things.
Wow. Okay, that's very positive. I like how this is beginning the show. So, okay, next. Okay, so this might seem very not important for a lot of people, but I had to share because this came into my awareness recently. So if you notice, and let me know down below where you're watching this show from, so we might not be in the same ecosystem. But here we are in southern Canada, so in Quebec. And we no longer have the classic ladybug, the red ladybug with the black dots. All of what we're seeing right now is the Asian lady beetle, which is a lot more invasive. And there is a lot of differences. The ladybug, the classic ladybug, is a very beneficial animal to the ecosystem. And now we're being invaded in our homes and in let's say outside of our homes with the Asian lady beetle. So that's someone who, let's say, told me about that recently. And well, first of all, I'd like to ask, where are the classic red ladybug right now? Do they still exist?
There's very few. Oh my God. We have disengage and mute and pause. So this is already not a strong position to start with. We have masking. This has to do with the products that are being sprayed and everything in the lens. We have somebody's watching their population. I don't have the second row, so I don't know if this is watching for upgrading them or just to let them die. We do have the card of they are fighting for their life, and we have a ball of fire, so it's not looking good for them. And this is also the chemicals, but also diseases.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so well, of course, the name tells it all. So Asian lady beetle, and they were created in the 80s, or let's say sent. I don't know how to say that. Sent out in the 80s. So what's the intention behind the invasion of the Asian lady beetle? Was it, let's say, organized this way by certain groups of human? Was it planned? Was it a planned invasion? And what's the goal? What's the agenda here?
Yeah, it says it was planned. It says stable for long term. So it's something that has that we have little to no power over, and I have no knowledge about over those. So please, if you have knowledge over this, please confirm here. It says that it was planned. It's because they have a lot more of defenses. It says that they have a better, this is kind of healthy. So where previously we had diseases with the first one, and we had the chemicals were hurting and killing them. Now we have like long-term, we have healthy.
And they're more resistant to all the chemicals and the toxins.
Yeah, and that's where we see the intent. So we have two people coming together. So I'm going to take one card for this, but that could be two countries or two people meeting with similar interests. And look at the rest of the card, how the spiraling down, arsenic, and then the doctor and the X. So I have many cards of doctor. This one is used with the X for either refusing a treatment, refusing to go to the doctor, or the doctor cannot help with this one. And let's take just one card over the card of recognition. Already it's not looking good, right?
Not looking so good.
Page of sword. So there is the devil, of course. It's like a study that is being done, and the intent is to see how much damage they can do with this, but this is just the beginning. So let's see something that we can do against it, maybe.
Are they carrying some kind of disease or virus? Are they dangerous?
It says yes.
Okay. It's interesting because I was with our friend Claudia, which is our Reiki healer, and she saw a ladybug, one of the Asian lady beetle, because that's only the one that the sort that is still living here, and she was like, ah. And she did like a movement, and I was like, oh, poor ladybug. And she's like, no, these are not good. And she's the one who educated me over the difference. So very interesting. So we should definitely wipe them out of our homes and of our environment if we can.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Next, and then I promise I will go into something a little bit more uplifting after this question. So I found this comparison between our clouds as a child and the clouds now. And I was talking with a friend that lives in Mexico, and she was saying that There's a lot more chemtrails right now than there were in the past years. So I'd like to ask the cards, are there more of them right now?
Yes, absolutely. You know, there's something weird in the card, positive weird, but still weird. It says that there is something that is about to change with the regulations over it. So, and they're aware of it. So there is a regulation that's going to change to limit those things. And that's why they're doing it. In French, we call it mettre la gomme.
Wow. Okay. I love it. And also, of course, spreading awareness around what they are, I guess is helping a lot. So regulations. Wow. Okay. I love that. And that makes a lot of sense. In astrology, the sky is ruled by Aquarius or Uranus. And we have Pluto entering Aquarius, like now in the month of November. So a lot of changes, transformation, and they could be dying. So let's send energy for that. Okay, now I'd like to get into another topic. So we talked about that in one of our last 5D news. I can't remember which one. We talked about the Holy Grail. And I'd like to get back to that because there were a lot of questions in the community, which I found fascinating. So I want to touch a little bit on that.
Okay.
So a lot of people were replying that the Holy Grail is not a physical object because we were talking about where is it located. And I remember we talked about Montreal, we talked about Oak Island. So now let's ask the cards. Is the Holy Grail a physical object or is it a symbol for something else?
Okay. I just have to say, just looking at that picture, there is no mistakes why you chose that particular picture. And I never saw it before. I'm not aware of the questions or anything, but there is a thing that is online from a long time ago, that optical illusion. Are you aware of what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that it's like two profiles.
Yeah. So it's interesting how we're talking about, is it an object? And I prefer to say it now, so it's not in the cards. It's interesting how we are seeing that this question of, is it an object? When this particular object, when you put, let's say, a black background that is just plain, you can see typically, maybe not on each one, but typically you're going to see two, how you say that, profile? Yeah.
Profiles.
So of two people. So, and one of the theory is that it could be a child. So it could be two people coming together.
I don't know if that works, but yeah, we have like what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
The two profiles or the cup.
Okay. Let's see. No, it sounds like it's children. So I have 4 cards, and we have looking for a person. We have the child and the two profiles.
The two profiles.
Magical. And then we have this card of purge. I don't read like every keyword. This is for me the blood. And then we have this window of opportunity. So we know that it's not out of the open. It is just for an elite kind of a group to know exactly their whereabouts.
So is the Holy Grail, in fact, the descendants of Jesus?
Okay. It says yes, but it's not that clear. So we have nomads, we have trouble along the way, we have understanding, and we have attacks. So I'm just going to take a few cards.
So it's not just Jesus. Maybe the Cathars, like the group he was descending from?
So we have 4 of Swords, Queen of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. I would say it's multiple things. I would say it's the role of the woman in this story, and I would say it's, yes, where they are, because this is typically a card of a tomb where we have a body resting forever. So I would say the location of the place where they are buried or cremated, we don't know, the location of the descendant, and also the role of the female in this. So there is more than just one thing.
Can we ask if the Holy Grail is the lineage of Mary Magdalene? Because it seems to be more focused around a woman.
Yeah. It says the devil and the baby. Yes.
Okay, that is fascinating. Wow, I'm having chills.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. And for some reason, it reminds me of the movie Dune. And at some point, the child, the son of a powerful couple, which is like the prince or the duke, says, though the son of the duke, he says, "Oh, it's because of my lineage with my dad." And there was like this high priestess, very powerful high priestess, says, "No, that's because of your mom's lineage, because she's coming from a high priestess descendants." So it's not just because, like, let's say the man was more famous, it's because also the women, which is the creating force that carries him through the world, is even more important than his lineage. Wow. Okay. Okay. On that note, I have a question from Mary Lou Farrakeen. And okay, that's kind of a lot of questions in one paragraph, but we'll sort out the question after. So were the Templars, so we're talking here about the Knights of the Templars that were supposed to be protectors of this bloodline. So were the Templars good spiritual warriors watching over and protecting the Jesus, Mary Magdalene bloodlines? So let's start with this one. So were the Knights of the Templar
I would say yes, just based on those two pictures. So I would say yes.
Clearly protectors with the card on the right and protecting a union.
Wow. Using the images, we get the powerful messages. Absolutely. And underneath the deck, the child.
Okay. And I have this image too. And I thought that was a beautiful image. So that's Mary Magdalene with the Holy Grail. She has the rose, which represents the divine feminine. And also there's one of the Knight Templars with their red cross. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Can we ask, is Mary Magdalene reincarnated currently?
Okay. It says yes as a man.
Oh, how interesting.
And I will check the second rule just to have a little bit more. Let's use a porcupine. So we do see that her soul has waiting a long time to choose to reincarnate. And that goes well with the first two cards that I was getting from the Oracle as well, because we have the card of courage and the card of trust the divine and let go and surrender. So when she finally chose to reincarnate, she had to have a lot of faith. And we have the card of push over. Things were not the best in our last incarnation. They were not the best circumstances. And they made sure with the next card of being cozy, it feels so right, cozy, safe, and familiar, and the card of future and dreams, it feels like this incarnation is in the same location. It feels like this is, I'm splitting the deck in two, and we have a 9 of Cups. So it feels that this life is less troubled and a life where she feels that she's comfortable and it's familiar. But we do have, I was the one, but as masculine in this incarnation.
Wow. So interesting. So interesting. And maybe also because if she's incarnated right now and we're still in the Pluto in Capricorn era, Capricorn is the divine masculine, maybe she had a role to lead and knowing that it was a patriarchal structure, she would have like more ease into leading with the energy of right now?
Yes. Splitting a deck into, wow, I cannot speak. Splitting the deck in two, we have the card of no, saying that she doesn't want to be in a big role for this incarnation,
Okay.
but just as being there with that high vibration and watching things, I think this is going to be already impacting the energy around. And it says patience. I really feel that she's going to be activated a lot later in life. Yeah, it's this person already suspect this relationship, and it's going to be she's going to be able to be reunited with somebody very close to her, and in this incarnation, and help the humanity.
Wow, this is fascinating. Wow, beautiful. Okay, before going in the next topic, which is going to be politics and finance, and stay tuned, it's going to be very interesting. We have a special announcement right now. We are launching a brand new course, which I think is going to really nothing less but help the world. Because we're launching this on Samhain, on Halloween, because the portal is right now very, very powerful for divination, for connecting with our intuition, into using it for the highest good of humanity and our own highest good, to get into our own path. Also get all the help from our spirit team, and oftentimes they send us messages through divination tools such as tarot. So Sophie, you have created this second tarot course. So this is the level 2. Do you want to give us a little bit about what you're going to be teaching in this course?
Yes. So the level 1 and the level 2 all have the same kind of way that I'm teaching it. So I will be teaching it for people who are either new to it or not. You are going to be able to learn from every way that people can learn. If you are visual, if you like to have facts and a list written down. So you are going to be able to learn from logical side and also from intuition side. Hopefully you're going to be able to dive in your intuition at first and then add on your keywords. And really important in this, what I wanted to do is not overwhelm you with keywords. So I'm going to be listing tons of keywords for each, but the goal here is that you use the cues that you see with your intuition on each card, excuse me, and you're going to be able to read and then adding on slowly the keywords that you want to work with for each cards. So this is not my intent with this is to basically guide you to learn at your pace from any deck really easily with the images. And then you can go back and re-listen, because once you pay for it, you're not going to have to pay again. This is always for you. You can go back and re-listen and slowly integrate other keywords to your practice.
Wow, amazing. So level 1 was major arcana, the 22 major arcana of the tarot. And this really completes not complete, but complete the knowledge of the cards, because this is the 56 minor arcana. And being able to read, to answer questions with both the major and the minor is going to give you a lot of depth and layer into your reading. So you're going to be able to answer any kind of question about anything, anyone. This is the magic of tuning into your intuition. This is a tool. Tarot is a tool only for you to connect to the part of you that already knows. So we have a very special launch promo, which is 50% off on the course. Very affordable. The discount code is MAGIC50. So make sure you take advantage of this launch promo. This is going to be until November 10th only. And we also have a special package if you didn't take the level 1. We have a very special prize that combines level 1 and level 2 together, and you can really take advantage of this very strong energies also in the Scorpio season to learn how to empower yourself with the power of your magic and your intuition. So all of that being said, let's jump into our next theme, which is going to be politics and finance. And I'm just going to search for my... okay, So my next question, I came across this post on Instagram, which at first I was kind of a bit how can we discouraged is the word, yeah. So they're making it seem, and of course they're sharing like how public Beyonce is supporting Kamala Harris.
Mm.
And we both saw it, and your reaction was like, well, they're both on the PDD list. Why would you be backed up? Like, if you're a candidate for the presidency, why would you be backed up by another one who's on the list?
At this
Which is,
particular moment, it's even worse.
yeah, exactly. So this is very fishy, first of all, but like if you're interested into looking at this post, go read the comments section and you'll be uplifted. There's a lot of people who understand the game. So, okay, my question regarding that would be, why is Beyonce publicly supporting Harris after they were both identified on the Puff Daddy list?
So the first thing that pops into my mind is that they had a contract to help Beyonce and not Kamala. So let's see.
Who has a contract with who?
I think this is so the thing that popped into my mind when you said that is that both of them had a contract.
So the two ladies together.
Yeah, and this is not actually to help the political campaign. This is to help Beyonce.
Okay.
And when I'm picking up the cards, it's exactly what I said. We have this Dark Night of the Soul, what is going on right now with this whole thing. And then we have a contract with this card. It says experience, skills, and learning, but it says stuck on you. And we have a paper. And we have reconsider, forgiveness, speak up. And this is the card that we get. So I think Aris felt stuck and didn't want to use Beyonce at that moment. I had no choice because Beyonce wanted this to uplift her image.
Wow. Okay, this is so intriguing. Okay, next question. So there was a BRICS meeting not too long ago. And it says here, BRICS just dropped a manifesto for the New World Order. So let's just hope it's not a New World Order, but a new 5D world. But here, I would like to know what's the BRICS next move? What are they planning as their next move?
So the first thing is they plan to be very much more vocal in the future. They are planning to be everywhere. Don't know what it means.
Okay.
And they're planning to buy stuff everywhere.
Okay.
You're smiling something?
Yeah, one of their main goal is to dethrone the US dollar as the worldwide currency. So they're a major player into raising the frequency of gold, silver, some cryptocurrencies as well. Is that what you're seeing in the cards also?
Absolutely. So I'm taking 4 cards of tarot, and we do have this moment right now of panic. So this is the panic right now. And then it continues with this 10 of Swords. So we know that the system of financial is not going to get better. And then we have this fresh new beginning where we already have a foot in, and look at what they are doing. It's like they are already hiding stuff and preparing and everything, and many people that are aware of what is going on, and people are signing papers already behind closed doors. They are preparing everything and having huge reserve of what is going to be the next thing.
Currency.
Yeah.
Or transitionary currency. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so here I have a question from Vicky. And she's asking, and I have a little visual for you guys. She's asking, Trump claims the dollar will be strong. And usually when he says something is because he has a plan. He rarely says stuff just to say stuff, even though he's a Gemini. So she says, Trump claims the dollar will be strong. We know it is about to seriously lose value. Will the dollar eventually regain its value after the collapse without the people having to convert it in any way? So the question here is, will the dollar eventually, the US dollar that is, will it eventually regain its value after the collapse?
I think we need to ask the question if he is elected, because I feel that if he is saying something like that, it's because being in a position of power, they have a better plan.
Yeah.
So let's say if he is elected, will the dollar be stronger in the future?
After the collapse.
Okay. I'm not really seeing this for a long period. There is a lot going on. I'm going to take 2 cards of tarot and I'm going to show you the oracle. 7 of Wands and 6 of Cups. There is going to be choices that needs to be, and we have 2 of Wands. There is going to be choices that are going to be made with different countries. So association maybe, or a decision with buying and selling. So trades with countries. But when the first card that I had with this question is, that's basically why I don't show you all the cards, people, is because I read with many and I don't read with the same ways as readers do. So we have all shook up. So this is the money going down. So this is him. I ask about if he is elected. So that's him trying to do his damn best with this. Look at how strong the hand is trying to hold on to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have looking at every angle. This is him with a divine masculine. Then we have shadow of a doubt, and we have lies, fake, and doubts. So shadow of a doubt with doubts. So we know it's very difficult. And then we have unavailable block, and we have signs. So there is going to be, and we have separation and soulmate. The last one are going to be justice and guidance. So what I'm seeing happening is that it's extremely tough to build this up. We do see that there is going to be a change of either vice president or a change of a high position person that is helping him in that particular topic if he's elected. There is going to be tough moment for a long time. At the end of the day, what we see is that we have hope because we do have the legal justice with the balance in the scales. So we do have things that are going to get better because of laws and trades, and we have guidance. So association with other places and better legislation and better balance is going to be achieved just later on.
But if I'm not mistaken, I believe you saw some form of transformation with the current US currency. Is that correct?
Transformation?
With the US currency.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's not saying the same, whatever the scenario is, it's not saying the same, but it gets the situation, the financial situation for the US people gets better, but not right now, right?
Not right now. So with the choices, I said that with the 2 of Wands, we have choices, and we have it again here. There's multiple directions it can take. And I still believe that, let's say silver and gold are going to be used in the between because this is down.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Next question from Florence Adamson. She says, could you check into the world's tax collection agencies, please? Will they be taken down soon? So great question, or it's just a bit too broad. So I propose that we do US, Canada, maybe Australia separately, because what do you think, Sophie?
Go ahead. I trust in your judgment.
Okay, let's do separately because I believe like the timeline might be very different for the different ones. Okay, so let's look at, first of all, U.S. tax collection agency. Will they be taken down soon? Will it be taken down soon?
The first card is fresh start. So I think there is going to be a lot of change in this from the US. We have the devil. So that means that there is going to be a cleanup of what is the money used for and what amount and etc. and the people in charge of it. We do have Titanic, so it's going down, but very slowly. Is it going to be absolutely out? I don't believe it. But we do have that we have a lot of people being front center and ask about things that they have done wrong. And the big purge of this, where people are going to have to be facing consequences for past actions. And this fresh start with the devil, for me, this is already very, very big with this.
Can we look at a timeline? And I know the cards are not super clear about time because time doesn't exist, but let's just get a...
Well, that's it. It says unawakened. So right now it's not there, but let's see. The reason why the cards, for some of you that doesn't know, the reason why the cards are not good with timing is that it's like dominoes. We need to have one thing that is happening before the next one is happening. So let's see timing with this. I split again and it's unawakened. So right now it's not really, or not really able to see timing.
Yeah. The first dominoes didn't fall yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but it's on the way. We saw the Titanic car, so
Yes.
we just don't have a timing. So, okay, let's look at the Canada tax collection agency. Will it be taken down soon?
Yes, but I think US is going to be first.
Okay. Makes sense.
It says that we have less people that are willing to address the issues and fight. So we have the card of Peter Pan, which is not the card you want to see when there is
very unawakened.
Yeah,
living in like a fantasy land.
Immature too. It's very Gemini. It's like everywhere and it's not stable. We have the card of being stuck, right? This is the card of giving too much, submissive, and trying too hard. So this is Canada, especially Quebec. If you don't know, we are paying so much. Insane.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad. We have mute, disengage, and pause. Then we have conclusion. So I know there is something happening, a change of vibration. It is in the card. But what I'm sensing is that we have a lot more of things that are going to happen. We have fear. We have Dracula. We have love me or leave me. So with this it's more about multiple stages of things happening and then going back a little bit and then fighting again and finally getting there. I don't know if this is because Trudeau is very immature or if he has a not and if there is not enough people that has influence that are able to change.
I think it's more of the population that is very unaware of what's actually going on. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, last one. Let's look at very quickly Australia. About Australia's tax collection agency. Will it be taken down soon?
It says yes, but this one can be surprising because it says almost like running away with the money. So this is like putting the lock on a gate and a home and then going away. We have the answer is yes, and then contemplation. So with this, it's almost like we're going to have a big shift happening very suddenly, and many people will see that the money is gone.
Okay, that's crazy because Sol shared something recently with me, and she said that they're trying to get their land titles, like the original copy of the land title. Let's say you have a mortgage for a house and then you finish paying off, or even if you're not, you're supposed to have the land title in your hands. and they have huge problems with that in Australia. It's like they keep their property away from them. So the cards are kind of saying that when the agencies go down, like they lose a lot too, right?
Yeah, so if you're talking about land, we did see that they're putting a lock on a land, a property. It could be bigger, it could be also businesses, it could be bigger stuff, but they're going away with things of value, money, but that could be also your land. Of course it could be, because it has a lot of value.
Can we ask the cards if for Australian people, if that can make a difference if they have the original land title in their hands from the bank?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Government is going to make you wait. And it says that it's to discourage you. This is a Capricorn card. And we have the Las Vegas, which is taking a risk. And they're basically trying to make you wait and expect you that you're just going to be bored. But really go through the hoops, because it's worth it.
Yeah. And then she said that you have to argue with them a little bit, and they're gonna say no at first, but as you said, the cards say it's worth it. So yep. Australian people, do it. We're behind you. Let us know in the comments if you experience something similar, and what do you think of this? Woo! Wow. Okay. Now let's go to what do I want to talk about? Okay, this one, the Earth and the stars. So one of the big topics, believe it or not, in Quebec media right now is the time change.
Oh,
so here, yeah. And that makes me laugh so much, because like they put front and center stuff that is not that it's not important, but like we're being controlled, and a lot of stuff is happening on international level that is kept behind the scenes, so we're not aware of it. But like, and then very trivial things like that, like they're gonna create a poll. They're gonna poll the population in order to know.
I know a little bit about this, because I did it yesterday. So interesting that you have this topic, because I saw it in the news, and it said like you have to go on a government website to go with the poll. I saw the same thing as you, and I hate that time of change, that change of hours, that summer and winter. So I was like, finally, I'm going to be able to say no to this. I went. It's impossible. You need to like send an email with like a script. Who is going to do it?
Okay, yeah. So just for people, because it might not be the case for everybody, but here in Quebec, we are right now in the summertime. So the daylight saving time. And what is planned is that on November 3rd, we are going to go back to normal time, so normal Eastern time. And also all of our time zone, also, which is being comprised of the United States as well. And the east of the United States is also going to change to go back to the normal time, which kind of sucks, because we're going to have even less sunlight, because the sun is going to set at like 4:30 or something like that, and even worse. So right now, like yesterday, it's set at 5:30. So once we change it, it's gonna set at 4:30, which means that, let's say if you do a 9 to 5, which was the case for both of us a few years ago, like you finish your day of work at 5, and then you get absolutely no sunlight.
And normally you wake up and you go to work and it's dark.
Exactly, which is very, very, very depressing. And I read that in Saskatchewan, they have abolished the time change already. But the other issue is that if you're not changing the time, are you being based off the summertime, which is the daylight saving time, or the normal time? And apparently all the experts are saying that it's better for us to have normal time all year long, which would make no difference basically for us in winter. So this poll is kind of for me, like a false attempt at like pretending that we're a democracy, which is very funny in a sense. So, okay, what is this whole strategy of changing time to have less sunlight in the winter? Is this a strategy to deplete us even more from sunlight?
What am I looking at? Okay. Divine masculine, divine feminine, baby let's play house, which is family value, getting a house and planning. Farewell to children.
Okay.
Okay. I ask, what is the intent of this change of time, and what is the intent of keeping us in this normal
Disrupting our fertility or the
fertility?
family dynamics?
Let's see, the 2 cards: balance, masculine, feminine, and then 2 of wands. Thing of, yeah, it's to kill our fertility.
And that makes sense because like there are so many people that are diagnosed as being seasonal depression, so they get a lot of prescription for anti-depressants. Is that what we call them?
Yeah. 5 of wands and 4 of wands. Absolutely. Creating conflict in the home, in your only place of resting and rejuvenating, and then having trouble with pregnancies and fertility, and depression.
Mm.
And
Okay.
how this card is, normally it's night, but then we have like very I don't know how you say that, but
A little
very
bit of sunlight.
it's a sunlight, but it's like it's almost like filtered and it has no value.
Okay, so to counterbalance this lack of sunlight, of course, I was inspired by the practice of sun gazing for that question. So I don't know if I asked you this already. Let me know if you remember me asking. Is going under the unfiltered sun a few minutes per day helping with our overall health? So unfiltered meaning like no sunglasses, and of course when it's really close to the horizon, so it doesn't harm your eyes. So unfiltered sun, is going under the unfiltered sun a few minutes per day helping with your overall health?
It says yes, but we need way more. We need movement, and we need other things for our mental health as well.
It's interesting because behind the Tin Man, there's kind of this gigantic sun.
Yeah. And here he is in a straight jacket, so not looking good for the mental health. But
Okay. And can we ask what's the effect on sun gazing on us, on our bodies and energetic body?
It says that it helps with minerals.
Okay, interesting.
It helps with minerals. It helps with grounding and minerals. So it's possibly the absorption of minerals and also with the grounding.
Okay. So what would the cards tell us of, let's say, what can we do in order to counterbalance the lack of sunlight in the best way possible?
So it says that we need to adjust our rhythm to it, first of all, and being outside as much as possible. Human contact helps a lot with this.
Okay, and we know they try to prevent that from happening during a certain event.
For sure. Okay, so that's coming up twice now. So for those who can, going outside for vacation. And this is also something that they're trying to block as much as possible, just with different kind of limitation visas, who can go there and who couldn't. So it's just impossible. Not mentioning also the resources, but just also just the limitation. So if you live nearby a border or something, you're going to have other limitation. So what they want basically is to help with this night and day. Yeah, so night and day. They're asking for a new way of living. So being outside as much as possible, working with the light on, not the fake one, but the light of the day, and to reconnect with people when it is dark outside as much as possible.
That's super interesting. Well, thank you so much. Okay, last line.
And sorry, just one more thing. For some reason, minerals are really being how you say that? Highlight in this.
Highlighted? Yeah.
Yeah. So there is some mineral that needs to be taken to help with this.
Okay. Let us know in the comments down below. Usually you guys are so good with the health stuff and the natural products, so let us know what you think the cards mean with the minerals. What kind of minerals? Is that magnesium or is that something else? Okay, let us know in the comments down below. I'm sure you guys are going to have the solution. All right. Okay, let's now talk about technology.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're going to start this category asking about, like, I saw a comment the other day from one of you guys in the community, from Larry. He wrote, well, it was more of a fact, but I'd like to ask it as a question. Did Elon Musk buy YouTube?
We asked previously.
I'm sorry?
I think we asked previously to the cards.
Did we?
I think we did.
Ah. Sorry, I'm being a broken record.
No, I'm not sure. It's just, you know how I'm really bad
I
to.
think I told you about this, but I don't
Okay.
think we pulled cards on it. But
it says that it is a plan. It says that it is with somebody else, the plan. So together.
Yeah, you're right. I think you pulled on this, and I think we got the same thing.
I don't know if we got the same thing because I never remember what I pulled, but this is what we have. And I think it's very complicated to get it. So, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for repeating the same thing. And that shows that the cards are consistent. Okay, last line of questioning, I think, unless we have some more time. Okay, so apparently Elon Musk and Tesla launched a new robot, and I will try to show you what it apparently does. So it says here is the future of construction, hiring or buying robots. And I'm going to show you once again. So it can do like all sorts of chores. And also there's another video where this Optimus robot helps with household chores. So let's ask first the cards. What's the true intention behind this new Optimus robot designed to help us with household chores and construction? What's the true intention? What is it designed to do?
So it says that the loyalty, we have the card of loyalty, is not to you. That's the first thing. So if needed, it can turn against you if needed. It says that in a case of you trying to go away, yeah, if you are somebody has the power over this robot and they're trying to get to you, this robot is going to help them. We do see that it's also going to help in the future with raising the children. So we know how fertility is such a big topic right now. It says that it's very dangerous with taking care of the children.
Okay, well, just the first part of the answer that it's not loyal to you, first of all, makes complete sense, but it's scary AF. Excuse me the expression. Okay. Wow. Okay, another question about, let's say we'll put this one on spirituality. A good question from Tammy. With the rainbow children coming in over the last several years, will a new era of the planet be created similar to Atlantis and Lemuria in this age of Aquarius? Do you want me to read the question over? Okay. So she talks about the next generation, which is called the rainbow children, that are the children that we have right now that are more attuned to their psychic gifts, that are more evolved than we are, apparently. So with the rainbow children coming in over the last several years, will a new era of the planet be created that is similar? And that's the question. Will it be similar to Atlantis and Lemuria in this coming age of Aquarius?
It's going to be different, very different. Yeah, it's going to be very different. There is going to be a very long in between, I feel. So
Yeah.
to get there. There is a lot of cards about fighting and trying to find authenticity. This is really the root of this generation, of finding authenticity and to keep this authenticity everywhere. So from many levels, from relationship, from with yourself, who you are, with companies, with education. So this is the struggle in the sense of to get there. This is going to be what they are about, to help with basically health and being authentic and to be more in the 5D. But to get there, it's longer. So the answer to this, are we going to create that new place, or is it going to be created? I don't see it this way, just because we're going to have a new way that is going to be ours. So this is the generation is going to create it, and we have a long in between.
So basically, if I'm understanding correctly, the rainbow children that are, let's say, being born right now, like the newest generation, is helping us bridge to the next beautiful world that we're going to create, that will have elements from Atlantis, from Lemuria, but that will be completely different.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, amazing. Great news. Okay, another great question. Well, this is not a question, but we'll turn it as a question. So Jillian is saying, in December, I believe the major ley lines will power up on the solstice, raising the Earth's vibration. So solstice is December 21st for the Northern Hemisphere. And she says, normally they power down again, but not this year. So let's make it a question. What's going to happen with the major ley lines on the winter solstice on December 21st
of this year
of 2024?
Flipped, so I'm just going to try to find. It says no return, receiving, and purge.
The purge.
Well, I mean, this is Pluto.
Yeah.
And another card was reversed. Let me just see what it is. It says regrets. And we have fighting. Okay, so those are the cards that we have. Receiving, this purge, no return, regrets, and this fighting. It will come back, but it says no return. It says no return. It says not this year, but it will return afterwards, yes. This year, it's going to be there, but just very differently as a big purge. So the effect is going to be different. The way it presents itself is going to be different. We're not going to recognize the typical signs.
So would you say, because she says that normally they power down because this is where we enter like the dark phase of the year. So, and she says, oh, it will be different now. They were power up. So would you say they will power up or power down, in your opinion?
I think it's going to be up and down, to be honest. So I think they're going to be playing with the intensity and purging. So doing what needs to be done to purge.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, last question. That is very interesting. Okay, so we're going to talk about health and body. Does wearing a hat or anything covering your head block or protect your crown chakra? Does wearing a hat or anything covering your head block or protect your crown chakra?
It's funny because the card has a hat. um, when this one is blocking his crown chakra. So far it's blocking, but I just want to take more because I have a point of view in this and I want to make sure it's not impacting at all. Yeah, it's really blocking.
That makes sense because if you remember, I don't remember the title of there was a series on TV and the medium was always in contact with, let's say, dead people, spirits, ghosts, and she was putting on a hat when she didn't want to hear them.
Yeah, I think it's Lisa William, this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a very long time ago. Yeah, but I was suspecting this. That's why I took like, I think 20 cards. I was suspecting this because of the church. The woman has to wear a hat in church always.
Yeah.
But not the guys. The guys has to remove the hats.
So true.
And when you're getting married, you have the veil over the head.
And
the guy can lift it up for you. Do you see? Only when you're married, though. So you do see how for the female, and I know Jewish is different because the guys has the little, I don't know how it's called. I don't know.
The little hat, I don't know either. I'm guilty.
I heard it before, but I don't remember it. But in Catholic Church, at least, we ask the woman to have something covering their head whenever they are in church.
So the cards are saying that it blocks your connection.
Yeah.
Channeling, basically.
Yeah. Well, it blocks it. It says
temporarily.
It says ruthless, out of the past, lesson around the corner. So those cards are basically saying that you can rely on your own internally, but you're not going to connect with source if you have something that is blocking. So in the case of mediums, that makes sense because her gifts are not going to disappear. It's just that she's not going to have something from outside source. And in terms of receiving anything channeling, having a hat is going to block it or very much diminish it, and it's going to come from inside, so it's not going to be the same. It's going to be your doubts, it's going to be your own interpretation, but it's not going to be from source.
Interesting, because if I remember the card of the High Priestess in the tarot, if I remember correctly, she has like a hat that goes outside of the card. Well, that represents also like being able to connect with the divine.
And the witches has the hat really point. Yeah. I was thinking about this, and there's possibly like metals that can do the exact opposite, like amplify it in the shape of the witch. It's
like a tinfoil hat.
And it's a triangle, the shape of the witch hat. So this is amplifying possibly. Can we ask the cards?
Like, sure. Is it different with the witch hat? Like, are we able to channel better with a witch hat on since it's Halloween?
Okay, so when I ask about it, it's a little bit like protected. So let me just do something about this. It makes sense that this is a question that is being protected. It's such a big deal. But
sometimes the questions look very candid, but they are, we discover some interesting truth about them.
So let's ask if the shape or the material it is made change anything, or are they just blocking anyway? Metal is ascending. So there is, it's very clear. So if there is metal that are being used for this, just like the High Priestess possibly, and the Hierophant, I think he has also some metal. That works. How about
there has to be a conductor, which is a metal.
No, not for the witch hat that we typically see. So that must have been something that was not.
Maybe there's like a metal part in it for it to be.
The shapes are not changing stuff. That's what they're saying. But yeah, if the witch's hat were in some ceremony or with intent, they knew how to use it. But the shape is not going to change anything. Or yes, if they had a metal component inside that we didn't know about, this is another story too.
Wow, this is so interesting. Wow, thank you so much, Sophie. That was an amazing episode. Let us know, guys, if you enjoyed it as much as we did in the comments down below. Do make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are simulcasting here on our YouTube channel. And we have some other 5D news episodes that we put out there with many different fascinating topics. So do check those out. They are really interesting as well. We have amazing comments from you guys. So thank you so much for your support. And from what we understand from the comments, we are on the right direction. This is the type of content you want to see. So thank you so much. And also we have our new show, the 5D Deep Dive, that is over here as well. So do make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell to make sure you are aware when we put out a new show. And also we are simulcasting on our Maison Jupiter Rumble channel. Wow, I just noticed 144. Amazing. And also our amazing Oracle is having one-on-one consultation. So if you'd like to ask all of your personal questions, you're going to be looking for the 1 hour tarot reading with Sophie. And also if you are willing to go back into past lives or to, let's say, remove curses, blockages that are stemmed in past lives, or also to get back with a lot of gifts from your past life, you're going to be looking at the 1 hour past life reading. And with both of those, do make sure you enter the discount code Jupiter to get 10% off your next reading. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Happy Samhain, happy Halloween to all of you. Sending you the most wonderful, powerful energy to connect to your higher self, to the divine, to your intuition. It's a really good time to use divination tools, tarot, and whatever divination tool you're the most comfortable with to get direction. With the pagan year, it's the start of the new year, so you can look what's coming ahead for you. It's the best time to do so. So we wish you a beautiful time, beautiful Halloween and Samhain. And we have the special on that topic, so do make sure you check that out, because we talk about how protection is also important. And sending you much love, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.